Hey everybody, it's Yoshi, and we're going to do another one-bar challenge. This time we're going to go through Selene's web, and we're going to be using the Magical Warden. And I am using a food buff, only because he needs a little bit of health. We'll see how this works here. Let's see. As I remember, we're getting ready to go through the quest here. I tried a moment ago, found out without the food I couldn't do it. I think I killed right away. Let me tell you, that was not a happy moment. Build's going to be a little bit difficult for this, but I think we can make it work. We're just going to have to roll with the strat a little bit. Gotta talk to this dude.
Bertrand was a good man. Of course. Of that.
Alright. So, next place we have to go is up here. Let's do it. That was a little better. I definitely felt better. Oh, here comes the big bad. Well, nope, going away, is it? Uh-oh. This is one of them strange builds because the Warden build I did, it's not a case of where you're just constantly slamming at the enemies. It's a different feel the way it works. It's like you have all this armor on, which makes it difficult for them to hit you, and then you got to turn around and use your one big gun, which in this case is Deep Fissure, to do the bulk of your damage. It's just a different build, but it's workable. But you can get some really interesting results with this. It's like the minute that thing goes off, it's like, it's like a bomb going off. Boom. Interesting thing about Selene's web, it's not a difficult map, so to speak, but I don't know how to describe it. It's just like there's not a lot of enemies, but boy, they hit hard. So you really have to be cautious.
Selene promised Longclaw would hunt tonight.
Here comes Longclaw. Longclaw is basically, a bunch of wolves and a guy. And at first, all you do is you get the wolves. You want to get rid of these guys as fast as you can. And then what the fight comes down to is once you get Longclaw to come out, you got to keep these guys from ganging up on you. So there they are. They're gone.
Longclaw's daughters are not gone. Selene blessed them with her gift, the gift of spirit life. See their hunt begin anew.
There we go. They're going to come back. And there's Longclaw. At least I think that's what his name is. I don't even know. Yep. Now, as you can see, this build really starts to pay off here. Because I throw the armor on, I'm very well protected. And then, you know, I just throw down the deep fissure and just let it do its thing. It kind of feels like fighting in slow motion. It really does. I gotta be honest. But if you can catch these guys right behind him with this, yeah, you can do a lot of damage real quick. To them, oh, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to line up my enemies here so that I hit as many as I can each time. There we go, I got my ultimate back. And hold on a second for that. There we go. Perfect opportunity. Get everybody in a little ball here. Nice thing about this build is because of how you fight using the heavy attacks all the time, you're not apt to run out of magicka here. The other thing is, make sure you understand that this real fight is between you and this guy. You know, it's not the wolves. The wolves you take out because if you don't, they're going to just keep beating you up. But really, it's this this guy right here, Longclaw, that you really want to defeat. So anytime you can hit him when you're hitting the wolves, that's a benefit. And what you saw what I did was I got a little bit of separation there because my health was going down pretty quick. So if you let the wolves stay around for too long, they become a bit of a problem. So you don't want to let them all four just keep beating up on you on your backside. And Longclaw is just about done here. There he is. And when he dies, the wolves go with him. Not so bad, right? All right. Okay.
We've made progress.
Talk to this person.
That Bosma, we fastened deeper into unstopped. We speak to her.
All right. Da 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 da. So, it says about going here. We can do that. And there's not a lot, again, not a lot of enemies here, but the ones they have are very efficient at killing you. So don't underrate this place. Don't sit there and go, oh, there's only a few guys, you know, this is easy. This is not always easy. Again, it's the lack of enemies that makes this tough. Because the few that you do come across hit pretty tough, pretty hard. I don't know how many times I gotta preach that one. It sounds like an old record. Dun 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 dun. Doo da doo doo. And don't forget, keep your shields up. Your vines, leeching vines, make sure that you constantly are keeping them up. They will keep you alive. Now these horvers, I'm sorry, they're horvers, not horkers. They can be interesting. Because they'll put this big red circle under you and you think, oh my god. They don't really seem to do anything. And this enemy here is another one of those, I can't believe I'm even taking this guy serious enemies. Just not that bad. But he does spawn a lot of little guys here. You got to worry about them. But if you're careful, you can get him right in a good spot here where you can kill him off pretty quick. He's pretty much done. See, it wasn't hard at all. It's why I said this is a very confusing map, because at some points it's very difficult, other points it just seems like it's too easy. So I'm not sure where ESO is going with this one.
It's infused with magic.
This magic is incredibly potent. We may need to combine our efforts to open this door.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, whenever somebody says I have a bad feeling about this, what I have learned is I probably should too.
Nonsense, Draval. Think of all the terrifyingly beautiful things we've seen here.
Oh, and these guys talk. There we go.
This area is saturated. Worried then.
Okay. Now, you might think that the next thing you gotta do is go through here, right? I mean, that's where it looks like it's telling you to go, but if you look at the map, it's actually telling you to go here. And if you try to go there, you're just told you can't. It's not gonna happen. So, go back this way. Remember I was telling you about those red circles? I really don't know that they do much of anything. But, you know, if you can get out of them, get out of them. You should never be standing in a red circle. They're red for a reason. It's just they don't really seem too serious on this map. See, right there, I'm going to stand right in it. I'm not sure what it really does to me. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. The other thing is, this deep fissure, it says it strikes out in front of you, and it does, but it does seem to strike a little behind you sometimes, too. Again, I don't know if, you know, I'm just seeing things, but it's what I experience. But it definitely hits in front of you. No doubt about that. You can see it do it. Yep, coming up on the next big bad here.
Deal with them. I'm nearly finished.
Yes, mistress.
This is another weird battle, and I'll walk you through it as it comes up here. Usually we're taught just to get rid of ads, because ads are bads. This one, yes and no. Because what you're going to get here is a whole bunch of these plants. You see all of them right there. And you think to yourself, wow, you know, this is really bad, but I gotta tell you, it's, for one thing, the bear runs them over and they go away. For another thing, I don't think these choke thorns are really out to hurt you. It seems like they hurt the bear more than they do you. And pretty much all you do is just stay out of the bear's way. I know that sounds stupid, but really that's how this one's fought. So when the bear turns around towards you and you see that red line show up, immediately get out of the way. And what he's going to do is he's going to kill all the choke thorns that he runs across. So I don't know the point of these plants. I just don't. It's not like he gets health from them or anything, so it's not like they help him. I don't know. But like I said, they're really not your enemy. And I actually went through once and tried on a different character killing them. It just didn't really seem to make a difference in the battle. If anything, it made the battle take longer. But this is another one of those enemies that you just go, why? I'm going to let him run this off, and then I'm going to throw an ultimate on him. And again, I say, you know, going back to something I said a while back in a video here, that I really think the MagDen 1-bar build is actually really good. I mean, I put him up there with the Longclaw for sure. And, you know, people don't typically talk about, you know, the Magical Warden and Magical Templar in the same breath, unless they're saying how great the Templar is and how much the Warden sucks. But I don't know. Maybe I found the right combination here. And he's gone. And when he goes, you know, he took all the plants with him. So what was that really all about? Didn't have to fight any of it.
Quickly return to the barrier.
Yep, now I got to go back to the barrier. And this is just that place I couldn't get through earlier. That's all it is. Ooh, chest. Let's see what's in this one. Some stuff. I got a soul gem, an empty one, 4K, some gold. That was a total loss. Come around here and I go to the right. I get stuck. Now here's another thing I don't understand about this Selene web. Is typically when you go through an area and you kill the monsters, they don't come back. Here, they do. Because you know we went through here before. You know that there was nothing here when we went through. We killed everything. We're not going a different way. But they did recamp the enemies here. I think it's because this mini-boss, though, if you ask me. Now, this boss here, again, I don't know if I would pay too much attention to the ads. Try to hurt them while you're hurting the mini-boss. She doesn't like to move around too much, so you can definitely throw an ultimate on her. I'll take care of those little critters that were side with her. Now, you know, you see how this player does, this build does, with just a little bit extra health. If you can get one of them tri-potions, what they like to call tripods, that have the health, the stamina, and the magicka, this build even gets better.
You made it back.
Does a ton more
I
damage.
see, Selene. I won't be. I could not.
Alright, let's go in here. And again, all I'm trying to do is line up my deep fissure against them so that I can hit multiple enemies here at the same time. And I think this is the way out. Yes, it is. A little bit more here to get to the last boss. Yep, thought there was another boss. Or not a boss, sorry. Thought there was another enemy. It's really not a boss. It's a tiny poony little spider. Poony! Alright. Getting close to the end here. And the last fight on this map is, in this dungeon to say the least, it's interesting. It's probably some of the best mechanics you're going to get for a dungeon this level. Because I would say this is basically a level 1 dungeon. Maybe 1.5. I would take it that far. But it's certainly not what I would classify as one of the higher end DLC dungeons. But, you know, you start to get into mechanics here, whereas you have to do things a certain way to get through. So, this fight's an interesting one. Don't plan on spending a lot of time on this web, by the way. Don't even waste your ultimate here. Not for this part. Because you're going to get thrown down in the basement here real quick. I don't even know how much damage it takes, but it doesn't take much. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Boom. Alright. So here we go. This is where the real fight happens. Throw an ultimate on here. You're like, wow, this is too easy. Well, it is. Because that's not the boss. That's the boss. And this boss has a couple little surprises. One of them is this little web that throws around. This red circle that you want to get out of. And what's going to happen is this boss brings along some friends. This is what makes this one a little difficult. Because you've got to get rid of these guys. One of them is going to be a melee guy. One of them is going to be a magic user. And the other one, this is the one you really want to get rid of, is the healer. Because if you don't, this one's going to make your life miserable. Because this one's going to keep healing the enemy. And that spider web thing that he keeps throwing doesn't help you either. And these guys these extra just keep coming in. It's not like you can defeat them and they're gone. There's a healer. So I'm going to throw the ultimate to get rid of him. Yeah, it worked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them other guys sit around. I'm going to try to keep it just so there's one of those guys. There's my healer again. No, actually not my healer. Their healer. Nice thing is I get ultimate pretty fast on this build. So I get quite a few ultimate hits in during this battle. But this is definitely another one of those battles of attrition. This is about surviving. Any minute now I'll be able to throw the ultimate. I'm gonna throw it right here on this guy because I want to get rid of that healer so fast. And this guy's going to follow me over anyway, so he's still going to eat the ultimate, so it doesn't matter. As you can tell, this battle is pretty intense. Just remember, always go after the healer. This is the person that's going to make the battle last longer. This battle is all but over. Ah, get walloped here. There it is. Done. And I have to talk to our little friend over here.
So nice to see you again, my dear Selene. Your secrets belong to me now. Even in death, you will help me in so very many ways.
Blah, blah, blah.
We had an agreement.
You made a deal with the guild, not with me. Your soul will make me one of the most powerful mages in the guild. I have waited long for this.
I have done nothing to your kind, and yet you come into my home, kill my thrall. You had best live the rest of your life looking over your shoulder. My kind have ways of business.
Yada, yada, yada.
See, my pet.
No!
Okay, we talked to him. And again, this is just because I did the quest. And it's all done.
You are an old... Study it, of course.
There we go. And, this dungeon does have an exit. And it's right there. So, that is Selene's Web. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of these one-bar solo dungeon run-throughs, if you want to call them that. Again, the series is You Can Solo, and we're going through all the low-level dungeons, and now we're starting to go through the mid-level dungeons to show you exactly what it is you can solo with these one-bar builds.